bottom of your bowl. The next thing is we're going to prepare our bowl so that our clay releases from it. You're going to grab 6 pieces of pre-cut paper towel that is up by the sink, and then you're going to dunk them in the bucket of water and squeeze all the water out, where you'll return back to your seat with a ball that looks like this. What you're going to do is take that ball, there's 6 pieces in there, you're just going to shake them, and because you squeezed all the water out, it's not going to fling water anywhere. And then each piece you're going to want to open up and then lay inside your bowl. It's really important that it flaps over the top. You're going to do that all the way around, including the bottom. It doesn't matter if they wrinkle on each other, and it doesn't really matter if they rip. The only thing that really matters is that if there's plastic showing, you have to cover it with paper towel. Any exposure to the plastic part or the metal, if you have a metal bowl, will make the clay stick and it won't pop out of your container. So minimum 6. If you need more, you can go up and get more. Looks like I could use 1 more to line mine. And then we are going to start our coils. So once I get this started, just like so. Okay, so the whole thing is covered and it's kind of pushed up against the edges and it's flapped over the top. What we're going to do now is make our coils. When you make coils, there's going to be pre-cut cubes of clay at the countertop. You're going to rip off your clay. You can kind of start it in your hands, and then you're going to set it down on the table in front of you. What you need to do when you're rolling coils is you need to make sure you're keeping the clay between this part of your hand. So you go like this and kind of move out. You start in the center and move out, and I'm rocking it back and forth, trying to keep it nice and even. So once it gets long enough, or it's about the thickness of your pinky finger, then it's ideal for the bowls. You don't want it to be too thin because you'll push and it will, you'll have too thin of a spot and it could bust through the bowl. So about the thickness of your pinky finger, then you're going to start by rolling a coil into a spiral. This is going to be the beginning of your bowl, just like so, and you're going to place it right away inside your bowl as a mold. Okay? Then what you're going to do is you're going to take your finger and you are smoothing, zoom in here, all of that away. So I'm just using my fingertip and I'm carefully holding it still and blending. This is what's going to keep your bowl together. You also don't want any cracks because those could dry separately and crack apart. You want it to be able to hold liquids when you're done. So right now it's all blended. Then what you're going to do is you're going to roll more coils using the same method, and you're going to build different designs. So you can continue by going in and following it all the way to the edge, like so. And then when you get around one, then you are going to continue going all the way to the edge of the bowl, filling up the bottom. If you have a big gap like that, that's okay because you can just kind of blend it closed with the clay. See how I did that? And you're pushing up against the sides. Just blending. So every time you add something to your bowl, I want you to blend it right away. Then you can also think of different ideas or designs. You can do like an up-down pattern that gives you kind of height rather quickly. You could put that in to your bowl and push it up against the sides like so, and then blend. You can push down then. You're attaching it to the spiral. You could do different little spirals, smaller ones like this, and add them in all the way around. If you didn't want them round, you can change the shape of them. Say I wanted a triangle. I would take the round one, tap it on the table into three times, and you can kind of shape it, and then you can place it in. And remember, I want you to constantly be smearing the interior. When we pop our bowls out, you will be able to see what you made on the outside. So just continuing with all your different ideas. You could take and break off pieces if you want. You can make even huge spirals. That really makes the sides go up fast. So I can put that right here. You're just kind of building shapes and fitting them into place, and you are going up. Now you can continue, just do regular spirals, which would just be lines all the way. But what you want to do is make it nice and even. So a lot of times when you add in your sections, you want them to be similar for a row. So let's say I made big giant spirals. I'm going to do that all the way around. So you're just constantly blending. At the end of class, if you have extra clay that was rolled into coils, unfortunately we can't save those. You'll have to put them in the clay bin by the door. You can put in small things. If you have still a block of clay at the end, I still want you to put that also in the bin by the door. We are not saving anything. When it is time to clean up, you are going to have to prepare your clay for next week so it doesn't dry out by grabbing out of the dispenser, unless I have some pre-cut for you, bigger pieces and get them wet, wring them out, and then right as we go to cleanup time, you're going to cover your project up with this damp paper toweling, and it should keep it moist for the week until we see each other again. So see how this is all completely covered. Then you're going to fit it inside a bag. If your bowl is small enough to fit inside a Ziploc bag, I want you to label the bag with the color of the table that you sit at, your name, and your grade and your teacher's initial, and then slide your bag in the Ziploc and shut it. If it doesn't, I will be supplying bigger bags, like mine is a little large. And what I want you to do then is set it inside, go like this, get all of the air out, and kind of bunch it up like so. And then what we're going to do is we're going to stack each bowl on top of one another and set it inside another bag, which we will close and seal and put in the cabinet. After you have everything cleaned up, then you can wash hands after your whole spot is ready to go. And if you have a class after you that's doing clay as well, we won't be sponging the tables. But if you are the last class of the day, I will come around with sponges where you will wipe the table and then wash your hands. Okay, I think we're ready to start our bowls today. Thank you for listening.